Parental discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us. Check out IWC, RWA, and more. And listeners like you, support this show at Patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the...
It is the Mayhem Monday Wrestling Wrap-Up. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter, still here by myself in Sorgatron Media Central in Beachview, Pittsburgh, PA. I don't know. I think that's where I'm at. I don't know. I haven't left. Mike, I haven't left the county in 30 days. This is not okay in so many ways. Look, so much has happened. I'm drinking beer during Raw, and I wear a do-rag now. This is where we're at with things. This is what's happening. Mike, how you doing?
Sorg, I don't even know what's going on, but I do know this. I'm making a Target run in the morning.
Oh.
And I'm real excited about it.
Oh, jeez. I'm
I'm actually excited about it.
Why are you picking up something cool?
Sorg, I'm going to see other people.
Oh, you've been like fully home arrested.
Yeah, the only time I've really gone out, I will tell you the two things I've done in the past month that were not just walking around my area here where there are not a lot of people. I went to the UPS store.
Hot date.
Oh yeah, UPS store to get something notarized.
Okay.
So very, very official shit.
A lot of that going around these days.
Yeah. And the guy had a face shield on. I had a mask on. I had gloves on. It was very clandestine. It's a good word. It's a good word, kids. It's Monday night.
It is a good word. Yes.
And the other thing I did was I went to our local grocer, our local Adams Fairacre Farms. But that was when I was 36. So it's been a minute since I've been in a store around people.
Yeah. We
have to go in separately because these are the immunocompromised hours because your boy's an asthmatic.
Yes. By the way, speaking of which, I want to give a small shout out to our boy Rev. He is dealing with some stuff, potentially COVID related. He is quarantined for 14 days. And man, I'm worried about him, not just for his physical well-being, but for his mental well-being being stuck in one place.
If I know Rev, he is already working on a comeback angle.
I think he was today. Yeah.
No, I mean, he is.
Yeah.
Like, if you think Seth Rollins has been laying it on thick, oh, brother, you ain't seen nothing.
It was, you know what, and Rev, it's not, Rev is not just that's Rev, right? And he had a very, even while as he was kind of struggling doing Facebook Live talking about what's going on today, he was on for like 15 minutes, and still positive, still good with things, but thoughts and prayers, if you will, go out to him. So, friend of the show, always positive. And give him some positive back, please, Mayhem Nation, for sure. Tweet him if you're hearing this, and give him some love over on his page or his Twitter or whatnot. He is listening. So, but anyways, so, Mike, what the hell's going on? I was fine with wrestling, but I'm as fine as I ever am with wrestling these days because I watched like 3 different wrestling shows and I can't complete one of them.
Before we get into wrestling, all right, I have a very important Lego update / question.
You're right, because that's really what this show's about.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna be starting a new set soon.
Okay.
I'm running out.
You're running out.
You're running out.
What? Is that a Steamboat Willie?
Yes. I need to know which one to do next.
That feels easier than what? Now, what is that Harry Potter?
This is the Harry Potter, the Hogwarts Clock Tower.
Okay.
Featuring all of the youngins in their Yule Ball best.
Now, is this is this is a different scale than the big Hogwarts, right?
Oh yeah, no. These. All right, hold on. The smaller Hogwarts sets,
Yes.
which is really funny, and I found this out when I did the night bus.
Mm-hmm.
If you take all of the smaller sets and connect them, you will get a much larger Hogwarts
No.
for the regular size minifigs.
Wait. So if you keep going, because you
If
will,
I keep going, there's a potential for me having an entire Hogwarts around my desk area.
one big enough for your cat to live in.
One big enough for me to practically live in, Sorg.
Mm.
Because honestly, if that's the way this goes, I may be forced to stay in this room just because my fiance will be tired of me. Yeah, solid. So yeah, so which one should I do? Steamboat Willie or Hogwarts?
Have you done any of the other parts already of the potentially mega Hogwarts castle?
All the ones that are available.
Wait. So
Yep.
That's the last one?
No.
I mean,
there's only three. There's only 3 available right now.
But they would
So,
connect, and you have the other 2. Okay.
Harry Potter is has deeper lore than the Mayhem show.
Okay. What? You don't say.
Yeah. Well, no, because there's one set that's up there
Yeah.
that is the Hogwarts Great Hall, I believe. And there's one set that's over there that's kind of like a hallway and a partition set.
If you do this other one, will you be devising a way to bring all these together?
No.
No, not yet.
Heavens, no, not yet. Like they will, because right now, this is only something from movie 4. They haven't even released sets from like movies 5, 6, 7, and 8 yet. So like they haven't released a Chamber of Secrets set, which I know they will do. They're jumping all over the board. So
Okay. Man,
Yeah.
that tempers my answer. Steamboat Willie, because I just
Steamboat
want to see
Willie?
how that goes.
Okay.
Because
Done.
Steamboat Willie, come on.
Yeah, I mean it's only 751 pieces, so sadly
That'll be a quick.
I'll probably be able to get it done in a night.
You just check that off the list. It's just
I will.
Listen, I've been stacking up short games so I can feel like I've completed more stuff.
And
Also,
you know what? Maybe I can race the night bus against Steamboat Willie.
there you go. Ooh, I like these. My accomplishment for the weekend was beating Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and starting Revelations. I of course am halfway through Black Flag and have not come back to it. I just felt like I wanted to go back to Ezio, and I have the nice Xbox One editions of those games. So it's kind of fun. I don't know. I just love that era. So of Assassin's Creed. I like the new stuff too. And Missy's playing the Unity in France. And what did she send me a text today while I was sitting here watching Raw here in the studio? Because she went home, she had some conference calls, and she brings me a title from Paris Stories in her game. My Kingdom for Some Whores is the title of one of these missions. So
I said the same thing during Animal Crossing.
Yeah, one night last week I started getting texts was like, I just found myself in an orgy, and I'm like, excuse me.
Love it. Oh, by the way, shout out to friend of the show Dutters. Dutters sent me masked wrestling figures in Animal Crossing.
No, nice.
So in return, because I am a generous person, I sent her a pinball machine.
I love this. I'm not going to get in on this, but I've
also moved my house, so I'm sitting at the top of a hill, surrounded by tall trees and Godzilla.
So there's this Quinn Magnum. I don't think you've met him digitally yet, or are aware of him. He's
doesn't sound familiar.
He's a former NWA North American champion, by the way.
I mean, who isn't?
This is before TNA ruined it. But anyways, he was asking like should I get Animal Crossing, and I was like, are you interested?
Yes.
Are you interested in the fact that you can make a wrestling ring with animals to fight in? So That's. I loved. God, this show's not about wrestling anymore. It's just wrestling adjacent, but that's where we're at. I mean, the show.
I literally just mentioned wrestling figures.
Yes,
They
that's
were
true.
in Animal Crossing, but I did.
Katie mentioning that she went to her niece's
Yeah,
was
I
it a
saw
birthday
this.
party? She
Yeah,
threw a
true.
party, and even like I guess her teachers were coming and everything.
Yep.
And I'm
Mhm.
watching on like Instagram stories, and I was like, and there's a whole like she created games,
Yeah.
like she did a
Yeah,
hide and
I-
seek game on the
I
island.
honestly wish I had thought of this. I
This
honestly
is
wish I had thought of this.
amazing. And just thinking about like there's somebody, I think you put this public, but friend of the show, Shirley Doe, has been creating like everybody in Rise on Fire Pro.
Oh, nice.
But it's on PS4 and I have the PC version, so I'm so pissed. And there's even an IndieWrestling.us ring that he made for us. And I'm just like, damn it, do I have to get a PS4 now? But anyways,
I've been wondering that myself.
I'm getting a Switch before I get anything, man. But
Yeah,
I mean, let's be
Sorg,
honest
and you're
about
gonna
it.
get Animal Crossing.
God,
Get
if,
Animal Crossing. Get Animal Crossing.
If I don't even know if I am, but if I get a
Because
stimulus,
then I can send you wrestling figures.
if I get a stimulus check, I may have to be irresponsible and get a Switch. That might be what's happening. Because
Hey, you know what? Stimulus checks are for your mental and physical health.
I guess so. I don't know what it's for anymore. But anyways, that's
No one knows what it's for anymore.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
But yeah, I mean, depending on who you talk to, that should last you 10 weeks.
Oh yeah. Whoo boy.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, everything's just
Anyway.
fine. Everything's just fine, guys.
Yep, we're great. We're great, everyone. Sorg, I have a good thing in wrestling this week.
Yes.
It's from AEW.
What?
The Bubbly Bunch.
Was that from 2 weeks ago? I don't know. It's all just mushing
No.
together. And it's another
Pretty
show
sure,
I didn't
pretty
finish.
sure it was from this week. Just the entire inner circle
Mm-hmm.
on their phones, having a Zoom hangout, and just talking shit. And I'm like, this is what wrestling could be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nay, should be.
So, and I think it's our niche because now a lot of people are kind of we have like 2 or 3 initiatives we're working on right now that I'm trying to figure out. I don't know if you saw. Did you see what we did with RWA on Saturday night?
I did not. No.
Okay, so we did a watch along with UPW like 2 weeks ago, right? Like had some of the roster on. They talked about their old matches and stuff from like the first year and a half, and then for RWA, I'm like, do you want to do something like this? Do you want to do kind of like my first idea was having the guys come on and just like promo each other on Hangout or something, right?
Mhm.
And what we ended up with was a 64-person interactive tournament.
Mhm.
Have you seen
Okay.
this?
I heard tell.
You
I heard
heard tell. And I'm amazed the promos that they got for this. Mike, I'm going to have to send you a couple of them. A couple of them are buried in a 2.5 hour stream that we did. But you need to see Chris Taylor's promo on Honey Badger.
Oh boy,
It involves Hello Kitty.
as it should.
Yes. It's
Now, did he tell her to Google Charmy? Because I've been told you should not Google Charmy.
what? I don't think no, because we Google Charmy all the time because none of us knew what the hell we were talking about.
I
back
know,
in the
but you're
day.
not. But you shouldn't Google Charmy.
But don't
Like-
Google Charmy.
Like, don't Google Charmy.
And it's not don't Google Charmy. Like don't Google the blue girl with safe search off. Okay, guys, trust
That's
me.
true.
I
That's
found
true.
out in the 90s.
Also, don't Google Sonic the Hedgehog with safe search off.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? Just leave the safe search on. Okay, just
No, take it off. Take it off. Live a little. It's Corona time. What else are you gonna do?
flatten the
Just
curve.
make sure you're not on your work laptop.
Listen, if you really want to explore the world in the outer reaches of your mind,
What, Damien Demento? That's where he was from, Sorg. The first Raw main eventer.
listen, bro.
Nay, the predecessor for Angel Garza.
Listen, what? What do you mean predecessor for Angel Garza?
Garza may event at Raw tonight.
That's true. That's true. Wait, so do we just
Little
call...
did Damien Demento know that 1,802 episodes later, Angel Garza would also be main eventing Raw.
Who knew?
No one knew.
Who knew? Was Angel Garza even born yet? Likely not. I'm sorry I did that while you were
Probably
drinking.
not.
I'm sorry I did that while you were
Probably
drinking.
not. Jesus, I almost destroyed this laptop. That would have been
I'm
terrible.
sorry. I said that. I just saw him going group. I'm like, oh no, here we go.
Well, now
Here we
I'm
go.
just typing to see how old Angel Garza is.
You're gonna be very
Hold on.
sad.
Hold on. No. Raw first episode. This is it's a photo finish. It's very close.
No.
Angel Garza was born September 23rd, 1992. Raw's first episode, January 11th, 1993.
Wow.
That's very close.
Wow. Mike,
That is very, very close.
so Mike, I've been exploring. Well, okay, let me
Sorg,
roll it
is
back.
this,
And
is
now-
this
now-
the podcast to talk about? I mean, good for you. Yes, Queen.
I mean,
I don't shame.
I mean, not like no safe search, Sonic the Hedgehog search kind of way, but there's still so much wrestling I haven't watched, Mike. Not to mention just the stuff in the last week or month. But and I'm so sorry I'm touching my face. I know that bothers people. And now the audio people were bothered because I said it. But
Or I as long as you just wash your hands before podcasting, you're fine.
I don't know. I did at some point. I'm only touching myself. Anyways. Sorry. I gotta snort. That's what this show is. Anyways, well, he's still going.
Oh, you broke me. Oh, fuck. It's usually me who breaks you.
Yeah,
You fucking broke me on that one.
yep,
Jesus.
that's where we're at. The
Oh,
tables have
boy.
turned. The tables
Oh.
have turned.
Hold on.
What are you doing
deserves
over
one of
there?
these. That's good shit, pal. Ah, yeah. Oh, man. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.
No,
Wow.
no. You know what? I have devoted to We Are Gonna Podcasting. I have not promised any quality of this podcasting. I just know we're gonna hit record
To be
and
fair,
really.
Sorg, have we ever promised quality?
It's basically the same thing for the last 15 years. I mean, let's be honest about this. Anyways, what was my point? Oh, I was discovering stuff. I've watched the whole 20 minutes of Dark Side of the Ring about Brawl for All
cool.
because I want to see those great interviews with Bart Gunn, and and I mean just for the sake of Larry.
It's fair.
And I was starting to watch something, and again that early 90s, like I fell off for a little bit, so like, you know, watching weird stuff from USA Network in 1993 is news to me. So I found a Sunday Night Slam, and it looked like it was heading into Survivor Series 93 or 94. And it looked like it was the comparable thing to like the SummerSlam showdowns and things like that. Like those I were aware of because I would thankfully be at my relative's place that had cable, and I would record it while I was there. So I would watch it far more than I probably watched SummerSlam because that's what I had. Which
Yeah,
is so
that's
strange. Here,
Like, I don't know everything that happened in SummerSlam 89. It was not a great pay-per-view, but it was the first tape I owned.
Where was the one? Was it Survivor Series? No, was it Mania? No. So there was a Survivor Series 1, and there was a SummerSlam 1, and I noticed there was something very specific where I noticed everybody that was on it won their match at that pay-per-view. It was like a weird 1-to-1. Mike, I'm going to tell you a little something about myself that I don't think I've ever explained on this show.
Okay.
So early days of wrestling, didn't have I've said didn't have cable till '96, so couldn't really get pay-per-views or anything like that. I'd watch it when it was, but I would rent all the time the WWF shows and pay-per-views, and sparingly the best of. Eventually, they got rid of those, and they were just the big 4 pay-per-views. So I never got to see King of the Ring after a while. But man, I would rent these guys over and over, and I would write the matches and who won and lost.
Okay.
Like, I was my own internet page. I was my
So
own.
you were a cage match.
It was proto cage match, basically. It was Sorg match. And I kept these, I don't know, it was probably more a pile of paper. Oh, no, I did have a notebook. I that I kept this in.
Good old spiral. Good old spiral.
Good old spiral. It was probably a mead notebook. It might have had the Tasmanian devil on it. Maybe Snoopy. And then, like, you know, again, watching Survivor Series Showdown, watching that Survivor Series eventually. 3 months later, once on VHS tape in the big box, you know, the big wide boxes that were really cool back then. And I'm just like, wait a tick. And I compared notes, and I'm like, I think something's up with professional wrestling. I think there might be something to this.
So, Sorg, what you're saying is wrestling doesn't really work on paper.
Oh, boy.
Sorg, do you want to know something about me?
Hmm.
When I was renting wrestling tapes back in the day, I was renting them in order so I could because the first wrestling bit I ever saw was Jake the Snake and the Macho Man with the snake and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But then once I realized what it was, I believe WrestleMania 8 was coming up, or it just passed. So I was like, whatever the next big show was, my goal was to be caught up
In WrestleManias?
in everything, in every tape that I could rent. So I went back and I rented the first WrestleMania, then the second WrestleMania. Then I looked at the dates on the packaging, and I'm like, "What's the next one?" And I'm like, "SummerSlam '88, SummerSlam '88." Like, I went all through them, and I put in my diary that had a little lock when I would write when a wrestling when a result in a wrestling match really upset me.
Really?
Frodo, Mad Mike.
So
the only two I can remember, and one I understand, one I have since understood to this day, which is fine. The other one still angers me. Okay? The first, which is the one I get why it happened, Sergeant Slaughter beating the Ultimate Warrior. And I mean that makes sense now. A lot of it makes sense now. But the one I still can't get over, Sorg, and to be honest, I don't think I'm ever going to get over it. The Ultimate Warrior kicking out of not one, not two, not three, but 4 flying elbow drops from the Macho King.
What? Is that 7?
Because, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you remember the part?
Over it.
Were you also perplexed about the part where he like started walking away from the ring with his jacket on?
Yeah. Yeah. I was never a Warrior guy, as is very evidence on this show.
Yeah.
Considering I talked shit about him the day before he died. But anyway,
Yeah, that was smooth. Yep.
Hey, you know,
let's be honest, he's done enough to deserve it.
Exactly.
I mean,
I feel bad a man passed away, but you know,
despite
the
fact that he told you not to smoke back in the day. I mean,
yeah. I mean, they well, I mean, do as I say, not as I do.
Yay!
Yeah, Jimmy Snuka also said, "Don't murder people."
I need that PSA. Where was that at?
But yeah, like I don't know, it still bothered me.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, Sorg, we would have had a great podcast when we were like 10.
We would have had the best podcast when we were 10.
Would have been great.
I mean, it would have been like, I mean, I did have one of those like tape recorder things, and I did some kind of fun stuff with it. But
Sorg, let's just go back in time.
Yes.
Get a really long string, and 2 cans. We'll just
you would have been, if I knew you back in the day, you would have been my pen pal.
That's true.
Because that would have been what this show would have been.
Oh my god. Yes. I love this. I love this. And Wheels says he has WrestleMania 1 on VHS.
Yes. I still have my Coliseum video clamshells from that same video store. So I actually bought the tapes that I had rented several times.
I never bought the only pay-per-view I ever.
Oh, they're not
owned a
pay-per-views.
copy of-
They're not pay-per-views.
No, I know, but the only pay-per-view I ever owned a VHS of was SummerSlam '89. The rest of the tapes I got were like UK Rampage '92 and shit like that. Like
The big event was the one I got. You know what I'm talking about? Out in what was it? CN Center, the baseball field up in Toronto.
Yep.
It was what was the main event of the big event?
Oh fuck.
Come on, you know it. It had a shit ending.
Was it? No.
It was between WrestleMania 1 and 2, probably.
Was it a tag team match? I feel like it was a tag team match, like Hogan and Mr. T.
No, it wasn't.
No?
Actually, I might have my year wrong.
Oh, are you thinking of the big event or the main event?
The big event.
All right, now I'm looking.
I do believe that is Hulk Hogan and Paul Orndorff.
Let's see. It was in 1986. Yeah, Hogan and Orndorff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, Giant Machine was part of it. Giant Machine. I wonder who that was. And I believe also Ricky Steamboat came to the ring with the Kimono Dragon. And it's the only time I really had seen that.
He wrestled a snake pit match against Jake Roberts.
Yes, and then Bobby Heenan proposed that the dragon could take off and jump into the lake or something, and that bothered me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see where that would be an issue.
Not okay with snakes and lizards. Still not okay
Yeah,
with snakes.
boy, Sorg, this does not look like a great show.
But it happened in a baseball field, man.
Sorg, you got Don Morocco and King Tonga fighting to a 20-minute time limit draw.
I can tell you, Don Morocco will always be my rock.
Said no one.
Come on, Fuji Vice like a motherfucker.
That's true. That's true.
Oh,
I can't
God.
find Fuji Vice.
Where are we at with things? So we're
wrestling.
We were solidly in the. I don't know where we're at. I mean, at least nothing crazy has happened since like Wednesday.
The thing I need to tell you, Sorg. Now I'm not gonna say that this idea was overheard.
Okay.
By me at a certain place that I won't mention.
Toys R Us.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that an idea I had
Oh no.
and brought to life 10 years ago in my e-wrestling federation.
No.
I will wait for you to finish. Take your sip. There we go. That's for you ASMR people.
Mm-hmm. We love you ASMR people.
Sorg,
Feel
have
that.
I ever told you about a little concept that I was the brainchild of called 5 Floors of Hell?
No.
Sorg, let me tell you about this because
Uh-huh.
this is an idea. This is an idea I had that you can only get away with in an eFed because it's not real. So you don't have to worry about. So you don't have to worry about the laws of physics or civil decency. Basically.
Also, professional wrestling.
Also, yes.
I'm looking at you, Punjabi Prison.
Basically, the federation that I was involved with called Professional Championship Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Very good name.
It's professional and it's championship. It covers all the bases.
And it's wrestling.
Uh-huh.
And
maybe
so
the least important word of the two.
Yeah. We wanted a Money in the Bank concept. But we're like, how do we do something that's different? I came up with the idea because ever since my days working at IBM, I had this idea. Sorg, the match took place in a service elevator.
In a service elevator.
In a service elevator. Two people started in the service elevator.
Okay,
right?
okay.
On the ground floor. Stop me when this sounds familiar. They had to fight their way to the roof of the building.
Mm-hmm.
They had to stay in the elevator. Every floor, someone new would come onto the elevator. Eliminations could happen by pinfall or submission.
Okay. Anywhere in the building.
But if an elimination happened in the elevator, they obviously couldn't leave the elevator until you got to the next floor.
Mm-hmm.
So they could beat the shit out of the person that just beat them.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever was left when you got to the 5th floor then fought out onto the roof. Again, stop me when this sounds familiar. To grab a ladder. Again, stop me when this sounds familiar. To get a briefcase on the top of the roof of a building. Stop me when this sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was a concept I came up with 10 years ago. And my buddy Jesse from Team Hammerfist, I told him, I said, WWE just stole 5 floors of hell. And he did a quick Twitter search. He's like, what the absolute fuck? In all caps.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah. I'm not going to say that it was a stolen idea. I'm going to imply it was pretty heavily influenced by an idea I had. Yeah.
You know what? I had a dream last night. Oh, you ready for this? This is not.
Yeah.
This is similar, but not. And I was actually, fuck it. I'm just gonna put this out there. And with these empty arena shows, I don't even care if an indie does it because I'm not gonna fucking do it. But or suggest to anybody I can probably do it if you actually even thinking about a place that could possibly happen. What about a battle royal, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not an over the top battle royal.
Okay.
It's an over the barrier battle royal. You have to throw them over the barrier in the empty arena. I'm thinking like the Performance Center setup.
Okay.
It was epic in my dream. I can tell you that. I got this thing booked out.
Oh, that's. Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Like Angel Garza got eliminated tonight.
It seems a little TNA.
Oh, it's very TNA. It's very TNA.
A little TNA.
Although I gotta say, when AEW did the battle royal and everybody started on the outside before the battle royal, I like that. I like that rush in.
Oh, you mean like everyone rushing in at the same time?
Yeah. The bell rang, everybody rushed into the battle royal, and then you battle royaled, right?
Yeah. No, that's how it used to be.
Really? When?
Way back in the day.
Like not on the old most unusual matches tapes that I have.
Like NWA, Jim Crockett stuff.
Oh, really? Oh, I haven't seen much of that. Is that on the network?
There might be.
If you
just go to the network, search Battle Royal. See what comes
Battle
up.
Royals, NWA, Crockett just kind of stuff.
If you search Battle Royal, like pretty much every Battle Royal that's ever happened should come up.
Mm-hmm. Also, Asuka, the Potter's bringing up, and I love this tweet. Asuka is playing Donkey Kong for preparation for this match.
As she should.
That was
as she should.
Fantastic.
She should also play Elevator Alley.
Yes, also applies. Elevator Alley.
Also, the Die Hard arcade game.
Ooh. Hey, what's up, Dudders, in the chat room, by the way?
Dudders!
Ears are burning from earlier. I also tagged her on Twitter, so. But, all right. Now we've given away all of our good ideas.
I at this point, like, I'm just going to start giving out bad ideas.
Let's see what happens.
Because, I mean, WrestleMania? Yeah. Firefly Funhouse?
Mm-hmm.
Boneyard match?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we pretty much... Sorg, we're calling a lot of stuff. It's almost like they're actually being creative. And... No, they're
when you paint it in a corner and you need to fight out of it, it's amazing what's going to
happen.
happen.
Nobody puts baby in a corner, from what I've heard.
No.
From various sources.
Nobody puts Bailey in a corner. What?
Hey, we want some Bailey.
Hey.
I don't know. By the way,
but now it's more like a
why is Tamina getting a title shot?
Tamina. Is she really? Is she? Wait, she's in the match
No, she's getting the title shot against Bailey.
because you need a bullshit title match. So something happens with
But all right, but
yeah.
but of all people, the week that the Dark Side of the Ring premiered.
Hey kids, not all the Snukas are bad. I don't know. I don't for this is the company. And can I address another thing too, related? Because you know, other than we probably don't ever mention Tamina's last name ever or her lineage, right?
Yeah, it's Samoa, right?
Yeah,
Tamina
something like
Samoa?
that.
Yeah.
Tamina Samoa. There was something going around about because there was a story about Vince has decreed that Roman is not going to be mentioned on WWE programming, and people were like, having a shit fit about that. It makes sense. Why would you address, just like, has the coronavirus or COVID-19 really been addressed other than the first episodes when we started doing the PC?
And it wasn't even really addressed then.
And why would you, other than I agree, it's a weird turn to just say, hey, Braun's in this match. How about that, guys? And having TV up until the night before for your biggest pay-per-view of the year. That's weird. Yes.
Like,
I think that is a question mark.
It wouldn't have taken much to write Roman out and say, oh, who could have done this?
And not as a slight to Roman or anything. I think this is a situation, whatever you think of the situation, even if we're good with the situation and Roman deciding to go, you don't bring that up that one of your biggest stars has just disappeared off of television. Because you don't address things like that, right? You don't address the people that departed the company. You don't you want that television space
unless you're Sarah Logan.
Unless you're Sarah Logan. What, did they do something with that?
They mentioned a lot of Sarah Logan tonight.
Also, they're pre-recorded, so
no,
not everything.
No, tonight was pretty much live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know.
So, like, some of it, I don't know. Anyways, however that is, but I mean, yeah, okay, there's that, but Roman's a bigger hole in the roster than Sarah. All due respect to Sarah.
Sure.
Love Sarah Logan, but
yes.
Roman Reigns is Roman Reigns.
He was the advertised main event of WrestleMania.
Absolutely.
And all over the Johnny Depp themed opening package.
He was. So he did make an appearance technically. But anyways, but seriously, like you don't bring that up. Your television is a safe space for the viewer and not a space to address these things unless you want that to be a part of your story or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
like wrestling is supposed to be escapism.
Absolutely.
First and foremost. Like that is at least the reason that we're told that they're doing this.
And WWE does make a decision where it suits them when that happens and when it doesn't. But right now, why draw attention on your television? Remember also, we are reading these stories and this and that and the other thing and listening and doing podcasts. When you talk about the people that are watching your USA Network and Fox, we are the minority. Yeah, we are, even Twitterati, wrestling Twitter is a very small minority of the people that watch this show. The majority.
Now, if Raw gets down to like 300,000 viewers, then we might be the majority.
Yeah, that's true, because we're all that's left at that point.
But until then, like
your general and go to a wrestling show, go to a WWE show and talk with fans, and you'll
go to even like a Ring of Honor show.
Yes, everybody will think everybody acts like they know what's going on, but it's different levels, and I know what's going on based on what I watch on TV and read their website and Twitter, right? Like their website and Twitter, versus I know what's going on because I read WrestleZone, right? Versus in different
I typically only cite stuff if it's said by actual wrestlers.
Oh yeah, I have a big problem with wrestling journalism, but it's just like, well, the feeling is this, and this isn't happening anymore. It's just like, wait, is this a story? Wait a minute, is this Is this a story? Where are the facts at? Just like anything you should be reading on Facebook.
Sorg, it's 2020. There are no facts anymore.
Apparently not, or science. Anyways, not bitter. Okay, let's go. What are we doing?
Sorg,
Yes.
You said you enjoyed Raw tonight, right?
Did I? Did I?
Or someone controlling the Mayhem account said that there were good wrestles, and I'm like, yeah, but
There were good wrestles. I'm just like, yeah, this is a good
I'm
match.
like-
I like seeing these guys go. Now, here's the thing. I'm like, yeah, I'll take Aleister Black versus whoever Aleister Black was
okay, but
against.
you know what this is?
Hmm.
This is a season of Ninja Turtles. Okay?
Okay. You have
If-
my interest.
If the main villains were Bebop and Rocksteady. Like, they're there, they're doing good work,
Yeah.
they're providing a disturbance,
Are you saying
but at the
Angel-
end of the day, you know they're easily beatable and kind of dumb.
Are you saying that Garza and Andrade are Rocksteady and Bebop?
Yeah, and Angel Theory, yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
And Zelina's like a really hot Baxter Stockman.
Well, that's something. That's something for the safe search later. Okay. All right.
No, but like Rollins wasn't even on the show tonight.
I mean, he had a
No,
sweet
but,
chair. He had a
but,
sweet
like,
chair spot.
But it speaks to the fact that for the past 3 to 4 years, if not longer,
Mhm.
we have not built new stars.
Okay. I think
and the stars
whoa.
that were built were badly built.
Also,
Aleister Black should be a massive thing right now.
so what? So
McIntyre should be
wait,
a
wait, wait,
massive.
wait. I don't think we can judge a lot right now because a lot, whatever the plan was, got thrown out the window. Right, whatever that may
But
be.
then you work with what you have,
Mm-hmm.
and half of the matches on Raw are established Raw versus NXT developmental talent.
Yeah,
Like-
it's glorified
like-
jobber stuff. Sure.
It's not even glorified jobbers. Like, they're saying these people are on NXT. The only one that's had a televised NXT match before all of this stuff was Santana Garrett. And
No,
even
no,
then, that-
no, no,
even
no,
then-
no. Caden. That
Aiden Carter, yes.
no,
but,
she's
like,
had
it's like-
plenty of matches, but she's also kind of a glorified jobber there too.
Yeah, exactly. She's
So-
a jobber on NXT.
Yeah,
so, I
but
mean,
she's great. I like her. But
oh no, she's fantastic. Like, and again, this is not a slight against any of the talent or anything like that. A lot of the people that have been on Raw, I appreciate them. They're great.
Mhm.
But when Apollo Crews, like, goes from losing a 2-on-1 match to Sheamus to qualifying for Money in the Bank, that's where we have. That's where we have
There
some
was a
issues.
statement there where they said, "This is the biggest win of Apollo Crews' career," and I'm thinking, is it? Did he not have
No.
some sort of like? Didn't he win an Intercontinental title or something at some point? No, he hasn't had anything all this time.
I'm just
Really?
about positive Apollo Crews has never held a belt. The closest thing he sniffed to a belt was when Tozawa had the cruiserweight title during Titus Worldwide.
Really?
That's the closest thing.
Really?
Yeah.
You're saying
Championship
Titus
for what?
Worldwide did not work out for everybody.
No, it barely worked out for Titus. No, he's never won anything in WWE or NXT.
I
for that
miss
matter.
Titus on regular TV-ness.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
but you know, like Apollo, like, good for Apollo Crews. Great. Yeah, fantastic. Where, like, it came from nowhere. There was
did.
no build to
It did.
this at all.
It did.
Like,
Yes.
and I get we're working in uncertain times. I understand that. I get it. But they clearly don't care about brand recognition at this point. No, they don't.
I mean, well, they're just trying to put out something.
I know, but then put Cesaro in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have someone come out and have Cesaro come out and take him out because he was upset he lost to Daniel Bryan, and boom, he gets in the Money in the Bank match by beating someone else.
I still don't even know what the rest of the show is going to be outside of these two quote matches. But I do really hope Aleister Black shows up in a full suit.
With with he'll ask Paige for makeup advice to get talk shit, get fit covered up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, you know what's delightful? You
Oh,
know,
Partner, you're welcome for me messing up your dreams.
yes. He's gonna wake up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night. Damn it, Mike.
And then we're just gonna go. That guy must have a thing about rats. Sorry, Sorg, I couldn't sleep this weekend. I turned on the original Ninja Turtle cartoon, and I watched the first 6 episodes, which are basically, and I'm gonna say this, it's the best Ninja Turtle movie. Because that's what it was designed as. That's the first season. If you watch the first 6 episodes of the Ninja Turtle cartoon, that is a movie. That is a start, and it has an end. It is a full movie where the Technodrome ends up in Dimension X. And it is the best Ninja Turtle movie, and I will fight anyone who says otherwise.
Wow. I had a point. Oh, I took some advice.
Oh, okay.
I've been watching some. Well, first I was watching a lot of. Well, it was intermixed, but I went back to Up, Up, Down, Down.
Yes.
But I've been watching the Cribs episodes.
Wait, what?
I've been watching the Game Room episodes.
Oh,
now
yes,
I have
those are
seen.
really good.
I saw when they visited the guy with the giant setup in Australia. I watched AJ Styles.
Yep.
And then I started watching some of the major wrestling figure podcast episodes.
Oh,
Yes,
Sorg,
with
leave the memories alone.
no, it's okay. I'm building new memories.
Okay.
I watched the ones from their figure rooms. And then I watched one in Queens where Wrestling Universe up there, they had bought a lot in an estate sale for $1,000, and it was still in boxes in the basement, and they just let them go through the boxes in the basements. Ryder filled an entire back of his car with the toys still in the packages. And he'd get to his dad's house on Long Island, and he's just like, just shoveling them out onto the ground. And what was the other one? And there was one where there was something called Toy Vomit. I don't know where they were. And there was some ECW Shane Douglas figure. And there's like 2 different versions, and the size of the head is the biggest thing. So he's calling Chelsea to be like, listen, I need you to go in and look at Shane Douglas and send us a picture of him. And I'm just like,
that poor woman.
and she's like, what does it look like? She's like, it was a fan. It's so like, look at this, and they're finding like just the wackiest WCW era stuff that I've never seen before, and it's a lot of fun. I don't know if I could watch.
Did they have the figure of the giant where Rey Mysterio is a prop?
They did not, but there was one where they found an old giant figure that was a big. Oh, that might have been the one though, because they found it loose, and they took it to Big Show. It was the Toy Vomit one, and he just popped to the end of it, and he talked about how he felt bad because Rey Mysterio was basically a prop.
Oh no, Rey Mysterio was literally a prop.
Yes,
because I had this figure.
I
had this figure. I still may have it. Because I remember this was my first Rey Mysterio figure. The neck on the Rey Mysterio figure, you could lift it.
Okay.
Because they made the giant figure so big that he couldn't put his hand around the normal size Rey Mysterio. So when you put the hand to the throat, the head actually rose
to fit it in the hand.
hand.
What?
Yeah.
So
it's bizarre.
They were asking him, like, what did Ray get residuals off that? And he's like we don't know.
Oh, I doubt it.
He's like, he's like,
they never specified on the packaging that it's with Rey Mysterio.
That's true too. Well, he was talking about, he's like we didn't know, and we couldn't even get our own figures. He's like I'm in Kmart buying my own toys, and the guy's looking at me and looking at the package. Not to mention, he's the fucking giant, walking in there as it is. So
they also repainted that Rey Mysterio figure several times over and put him with like other big wrestlers.
like Kevin Nash and stuff like that.
Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash was one of them.
Oh,
I believe Bam Bam Bigelow also came with an unknown wrestler prop.
oh, jeez. Show talked about how like he always just felt bad because it's just like he's like I like Ray and he's a prop in my toy. What the hell? So
Sorg, you need to go back and watch Battle of the Brands. You do.
okay.
There are guest stars that show up.
This is not
Zelina-
the stuff that was featured on the network, right? This is
No.
okay.
Sorg, this is all right. All right. I'm gonna give you a 5-minute breakdown as to why you should watch it.
Oh my god,
Okay.
we're still podcasting.
Yeah, we are.
I just looked at the time.
So basically, Creed and Breeze have played SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 for years. And on SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, they had GM mode.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they lived together, they would play each other in GM mode by booking their cards and pitting their rosters against each other and who had more fan support.
Mm-hmm.
And now that Up Up Down Down is a thing, they finally decided to broadcast it. And
Is this CPU?
Breeze, yeah,
Okay.
and Breeze wins every time.
Hmm?
Creed has never won, and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing because then they start bringing in guest stars. They start doling out punishments and stuff.
This is the perfect time to watch wrestling adjacent stuff, isn't it?
Yes,
It really is.
Sorg. And then when you get, because season 1 of Battle of the Brands lasts 52 weeks. Because they go a calendar year.
Oh, jeez.
They go, Sorg, that's what I'm telling you. And they're like 15, 20-minute, maybe half-hour episodes.
Okay.
It's the best thing to have on in the background because you don't need to watch anything.
No.
You
you're
can watch for certain
the games are so cut up, you can't really follow them anyways. But it's
Well, no,
more
they
the
don't even watch
reactions.
They don't even watch the matches.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just watching because they simulate all the match results.
Is that how they say it?
Yes, that's how they say it. It developed over the course of time, but yeah, like they go through an entire calendar year, all right,
Yeah.
and then Sorg, when you get to season 2, because they just started up again, this time it's different. They're not using the roster from SmackDown vs. Raw 2006.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier Woods, he's been quarantined longer than any of us because of his injury.
Mm-hmm. He was pre-quarantined. It's kind of like with Dutters. Like she's like, I've been on quarantine since the beginning of the year. So
basically, he made current roster guys that he feels have been underutilized. And then what he did was he simulated an entire season using those guys to build up their stats.
Mm-hmm.
And then they started again with a new draft. And now he has them cut promos.
Oh, boy.
And Sorg, I will tell you this. If I, Mad Mike, were to right now tell you my feud of the year for 2020, it is the online feud in Battle of the Brands between Drew Gulak and Drake Maverick for the World Championship. That is not a joke. That is not hyperbole. Sorg involves circumcision.
Oh, shit.
So,
okay.
So Sorg.
Yes.
You can start Battle of the Brands from season 2.
Mm-hmm.
You can. I recommend you don't.
Like just to watch the development.
I recommend you just go all the way through. Just put it on in the background. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Breeze and Woods are hilarious. They have special guests. They will bring in Zelina Vega to randomly book matches. And she's adorable, and it's great. I'm telling you, Sorg, this is your new Lucha Underground, because it's Breeze and Woods booking Raw and SmackDown from 2006, and Xavier Woods really, really likes Daivari.
Daivari was an agent until recently.
Yeah, I know.
forgot about that.
Yeah, he really likes Daivari.
Huh.
And
Dude, do you remember when Daivari was on this show? He was a really cool guy.
yeah, I know. Like, and Woods splits up the Bashams all the time for no reason. Like, he's not a great booker. It's really funny. And the best thing is, if people get dissatisfied on the shows, they jump ship. And what happens when a wrestler jumps from one brand to the other, the match that they were booked in goes away. And it's hilarious. I'm telling you, this is what you need to watch, Sorg. This is what you need to listen to. You need to fill your life with this.
So
Sorg, your passion for wrestling will return to you.
Okay. Because yeah.
Yes.
I need something, because indie wrestling.
Sorg, if you want to hear Breeze and Woods forget how to pronounce the name Sylvain Grenier, that is the internet show for you.
You know, Riz and I did boot up 2008 a few weeks ago, back when we used to physically hang out with each other.
Yeah.
So like a month ago, I guess.
Those were the days.
I was startled by the presence of La Resistance. When I went through that,
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh,
Robert
shit.
Conway.
Oh shit! Oh, the Conway. Ah, look at that guy.
Yeah.
I remember him.
Sorry, there's the right way, there's the wrong way, and there's the Conway.
Yeah. Also, you're going through the ECW thing, and it was like partway into ECW, and you're just like, why is that guy labeled as ECW? So it's strange, very strange.
And the answer was always Zack Ryder.
Yeah, it was.
Because Zack Ryder started on ECW.
Man,
so
Mike,
did Kofi Kingston.
Sheamus did.
Sheamus did too.
Sheamus did. Yeah, it was the proto NXT. It really was.
Yeah, it was like Palmer Cannon's New Talent Initiative without Palmer Cannon.
What? Is he sports balling me? Is he sports balling me?
No, Sorg, I'm wrestle talking you. Palmer Cannon was brought on SmackDown as an authority figure for the New Talent Initiative. Hold on. All right, before we wrap up.
Oh,
yeah,
wait.
I'm gonna look this up.
Not the Washington guy. That was also that was later. That
Oh,
was later
hold
with
on.
Mark Henry, I think.
Let's see.
It's all meshing.
Palmer Cannon.
Hey, you know who was
Palmer
also
Cannon.
Yes.
The New Talent Initiative. Let's see. Who'd he bring in? He was the one who got rid of Muhammad Hassan's gimmick. God damn. Where is the New Talent Initiative? This is bothering me now.
Okay.
New Talent Initiative. Let's see. DJ Gabriel. Do you remember DJ Gabriel? Sorry.
DJ Gabriel.
Yeah.
No.
Oh man. Jeez. Where is the fucking God, someone just tell me what the names of the New Talent Initiative people were.
Somebody.
Internet, tell me. Braden Walker, Ricky Ortiz. No, that's not it. Damn it. All right. I will look this up, and I will figure it out afterwards.
Anyways.
Anyway.
Man, Mike, we've been at an hour on this, and we barely talked about Raw. I don't know what the show is right now. And I don't know what I'm going to put in the show notes that we talked about. You might have to send me a few recollections here. But man, Mike,
or just put in 5 Floors of Hell.
5 Floors of Hell. Okay.
5 Floors of Hell.
All right.
And by the way, that promo also made it seem like both matches were going to be happening at the same time.
Fantastic.
Question mark? Question mark, exclamation point, question mark?
It is kind of like
Ellipses?
it is a little bit of a tune in to see like what the fuck are we gonna do? We
Like,
don't know.
The Sorg, they showed a ring on the roof
Mhm.
with both briefcases hung at the same time.
Oh, it's gonna be Warzone intro mania. There better be a bit like
And I understand what is going in your head.
Please, like while we have everybody up here, get the helicopter and drone actually now. Be a lot easier probably.
Thank you, Vanguard.
Thank you, Vanguard. You mouthy drone, you. Mad Mike 483 on the Twitter.
Stealing drone. TUBI.TV. Search for Lucha Underground and do something worthwhile your fucking quarantine lives.
Absolutely. And we will be back with Wrestling Mayhem show. I am in the current stages of booking a fellow that we've had in the Awesome Cast and was just featured last week on the Jagoff Live podcast, Aaron Kleiber. So I want to give a shout out. Go look up Aaron Kleiber, Grown Ass Dad. I think they bleep out the ass in the text, so it might be awkward. But he has a special over on Amazon Prime. It's great. It's hilarious. It's filmed right here in Pittsburgh. No, I don't have any part of it. Just he's a cool dude. I just want to give a shout out. And he expressed some interest to talk about wrestling with us in the coming weeks. So I want to give that out there. And so that's two people that we've had on productions this month that have Amazon Prime. Also, Magnum's Opus is on YouTube and Amazon Prime, I think, now. I know he's been advertising that, but I watched it on the YouTubes. So go check out Magnum CK's documentary there. And we'll be back with the Wrestling Mayhem show Tuesday night, where we'll talk about something. And
presumably we'll talk about Black Wednesday.
Yeah, because we haven't yet. We talked with the indie guys on Thursday about it a little bit, but it was a little bit like, so did you see what happened yesterday? With them, I felt like I feel like I'm doing Wrestling Mayhem show, but with the indie guys. I was just like, what is this show right now? So
tomorrow night just might be an obituary.
Yeah, whoa, jeez.
Might just be.
Okay. So there's that. Wednesday night, Jagoff Live. We're gonna have another comedian, and musician on. That was just re-announced because we were actually supposed to be done with it, and we got some sponsors to keep going because we did not know how far we were gonna go with this time off situation, and dates don't matter anymore. Anyways, so there's that. And then there's we'll be back with the Indie Mayhem show. We'll have some kind of quarantine panel as well. I haven't been booking those until the day before, just to kind of see where everybody's at with things. Listen to Your Parents 9 o'clock on Thursday, and we will probably return with some kind of game-a-thon. We had another night of Rocket League that got nasty on Friday night. So stay tuned and see what it could be. Rocket League. We're trying to fish out what other games we can kind of handle through the system here. So I mean, we only have so many games available. So and crossplay and making sure everybody's involved. And please go check the RWA 64-person interactive tournament and get your vote in. Bracket A is voting now, and there'll be great promos. And we're actually splitting out all of those match by match each analysis to check out those. Mike, Shark Boy is a part of this because it's everybody that was ever in RWA, and that includes Shark Boy.
Sorg?
Yes.
I'm hereby putting all of my substantial support behind Shark Boy.
I think it takes on Nick Nero or something, if I recall.
Good. Fuck Nick Nero.
Listen.
Shark Boy, hoo-ah.
I did have a camera incident with Nick Nero, but we actually worked it out.
Now wait, Sorg, I have a question. It's very important. It's relevant. Is it Stone Cold Shark Boy?
Yes, absolutely. Unequivocally.
Okay, yeah, then fuck Nick Nero.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I didn't have
shell, yeah.
And it's before like RWA was doing like half decent footage, so I had no footage, and I happened to pull up a ball field show from IWC that had him as Stone Cold Shark Boy. I'm pretty sure I'm in the crowd. Which was apparently this was an outdoor show that RWA had done too. So I was just like, wait a minute. So Shark Boy is only allowed at outdoor shows apparently. So anyway, that's enough.
Yeah, Sorg, Sorg, that just makes sense. He's Stone Cold Shark Boy. Come on.
Check out everything, and please thank you for supporting on the Patreon, IndieWrestling.us. We gotta get out of here. Mayhem out. Mayhem out.
Mayhem out.
Mayhem out.